Hey there, basketball fanatics. Ever wonder what really makes a legend? Is it just highlight reel plays, scoring records, or championship rings? Nah, it's so much deeper than that. It's about building a legacy that lifts everyone around you. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, inspired by a recent bombshell dropped by none other than the WNBA icon, than Sir Royalty, Lisa Leslie. That's right, Lisa Leslie, the woman who dunked before it was cool, the architect of the WNBA, is dropping truth bombs about Caitlin Clark and even giving Angel Reese a masterclass on layups. Trust me, this isn't just about basketball. It's about leadership, legacy, and the future of the game. Stick around because we're about to unpack it all, and I promise you won't want to miss a single shot. The world is buzzing about this new generation of stars. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have dominated headlines, but the media seems obsessed with creating a rivalry. The energy around these two is amazing. As someone who's been around the NCAA, WNBA scene for decades, seen players come and go, I gotta tell you, this rivalry narrative, it's missing the point. Competition is great. It pushes athletes to be better, but it shouldn't overshadow the bigger picture. The point is the love that these players brought to the game. Enter Lisa Leslie, a voice of reason, a legend who understands the weight of legacy. When she stepped into Angel Reese's podcast and praised Caitlin Clark, not just for her talent, but for her respect for the game's history, it was a watershed moment. But the real kicker, Leslie calling out Angel Reese on her own podcast for missing layups. Now, that's what I call a mentor, honest, direct, and focused on improvement. Look, let's be real, in today's world of carefully crafted personas and social media filters, that kind of blunt honesty is rare. But it's exactly what young players need to hear. It's not about tearing someone down. It's about pushing them to reach their full potential. And honestly, the courage to say something like that, particularly in a potentially charged environment, spoke volumes about Lisa Leslie's commitment to the game and its future. Lisa Leslie understands that the success of the WNBA isn't just about individual talent. It's about building a sustainable ecosystem. It's about creating a league where veterans and newcomers thrive, where respect for the past fuels innovation in the future. This is the mentality that will take women's basketball to the next level. Not jealousy, not infighting, but collaboration and mutual support. Now, let me interject with a little personal perspective. I've been following NCAA women's basketball and the WNBA since its inception. I've seen the struggles, the triumphs, and the evolution of the game. Back in the day, the game was different. There was less media attention, fewer resources, and a constant fight for recognition. Players like Lisa Leslie paved the way for the current generation, enduring challenges and breaking barriers to get the league where it is today. That's why I find the recent criticisms of Caitlin Clark so frustrating. Some veterans seem to resent her popularity, as if she's somehow taking something away from them. But that's simply not true. Clark's success is a rising tide that lifts all boats. She's bringing new fans, new sponsors, and new opportunities to the league. Let me share a story from my research days. I interviewed a former WNBA player who played in the early years of the league. She told me about the sacrifices they made to keep the league afloat. They played for low salaries, traveled in cramped buses, and often struggled to get media coverage. But they never gave up. They were passionate about the game, and they believed in the potential of women's basketball. They knew that they were building something special, something that would inspire future generations. This player also shared something profound. We knew that we wouldn't see the full fruits of our labor, but we were okay with that. We were playing for the girls who would come after us. That's the essence of legacy. It's about paying it forward, about creating opportunities for those who follow in your footsteps. And this brings me to another point. Then so legacy isn't just about winning championships. Of course, championships are important, but they're not the only measure of success. Think about players like Candace Parker or Diana Taurasi. These women were incredible college players, and they went on to have phenomenal WNBA careers. But their impact extends far beyond the court. They inspired millions of young girls to play basketball, and they helped to change the perception of women's sports. That's the true power of legacy. It's about inspiring others, about making a difference in the world. Now, let's go back to the layup lesson. Lisa Leslie didn't just focus on Angel Reese's mechanics. She also touched on the mental aspect of the game. She suggested that Reese might be experiencing the yips, a psychological phenomenon that can affect athletes of all levels. This is a crucial point. Mental health is often overlooked in sports, but it's just as important as physical health. Athletes face tremendous pressure to perform, and they need support to manage stress, anxiety, and other mental health challenges. What impressed me most was Angel Reese's response to Leslie's critique. She didn't get defensive or dismissive. Instead, she acknowledged her weaknesses and expressed a willingness to improve. That's a sign of maturity and self-awareness. It shows that Reese is willing to learn and grow, even when it's uncomfortable. Lisa Leslie is more than just a basketball player. She's a leader. She's setting an example for how veterans should interact with newcomers, how to build a positive and supportive environment, and how to prioritize the long-term success of the game. The question now is, who will follow Lisa Leslie's lead? Will other WNBA veterans step up to mentor and guide the next generation of stars? Or will they continue to focus on petty rivalries and outdated notions of competition? The future of women's basketball depends on it. Now, some people might argue that Lisa Leslie is being too kind to Caitlin Clark, that she's overlooking the contributions of other players. But I disagree. Leslie is simply recognizing that Clark is a unique talent who is bringing unprecedented attention to the league. The truth is, there's often a generational divide in sports. The old guard can be resistant to change, and they may resent the success of younger players. But it's important to remember that every generation builds upon the foundation laid by those who came before. This isn't about tearing down the past, it's about building a better future. Let's pause and celebrate two NCAA champions with remarkable stories that extend beyond their on-court achievements, Breanna Stewart and Maya Moore. Breanna Stewart, three-time NCAA champion at UConn, four-time most outstanding player of the tournament. But her impact extends far beyond that. She became a vocal advocate for social justice, using her platform to fight for equality and opportunity. Maya Moore, another NCAA champion from UConn, who walked away from the peak of her career to dedicate herself to freeing a wrongly convicted man. Her unwavering commitment to justice and her willingness to sacrifice her own ambitions are a testament to her character and her NCAA legacy. These women remind us that the NCAA is more than just a training ground for professional athletes. It's a place where young people can develop their values, find their voices, and learn to make a difference in the world. Lisa Leslie's actions serve as a reminder of the power of legacy and the responsibility of leadership. She's showing us that true greatness isn't just about individual accomplishments. It's about lifting others up and building a better future for the game. So let's celebrate the successes of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, but let's also remember the lessons of Lisa Leslie. Let's build a future where respect beats rivalry and the game is open to everyone. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you never miss out. Click the video on the screen. See you.